It's Laura Stevenson here. In this video, we're going to look at self-love and why I believe that you don't need to have self-love in order to love someone else. What self-love looks like when you're stressed, what are the components of self-love, and the two key characteristics that I believe that are more important than having self-love. So stay tuned for all of that. Plus, I want to let you know that I have a few openings this week and next for some private consultations. So if you're looking for a one-to-one private consultation with me to discuss your situation and what you're going through, then please book in with me and we can spend some time going through, if you want to talk about self-love, if you want to talk about anything else that is within my realm and my scope, just get in touch and let's put that in. Let's get chatting. So, without further ado, let's get into self-love. So, what is self-love anyway? Is it that it is how we take care of ourselves? So, the food that we put into our bodies, the way that we move our body, the amount of relaxation we give ourselves, the people that we surround ourselves with, the environment that we find ourselves in? Or is it about just looking at who we are and going, I'm amazing, I'm so good, I love me, and so it doesn't matter if nobody else does. Okay. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, that self-love is the former. Because all of those things that we do for ourselves, but not to the detriment of others, and not looking at life as though we are the only important things in our universe. Because to live a healthy, meaningful life and one that is filled with satisfaction and fulfillment, we need to have a variety of different characteristics and different areas of our life that include interaction with people, including connection and intimacy with community and with loved ones and family. Okay, so self-love can be a huge concept, and for those people who may not have a reference point of what love is, it can be really tough to find uh, the the actions that contribute to self-love. Equally, if you feel as though you're not good enough, you're unworthy, you're undeserving, you have no self-belief, you you feel as though you are less than, then it can be really tough to go from feeling that way into self-love and giving yourself the care and compassion without being taught the strategies. So I know that my opinion is unpopular in that you I don't believe that you need to have self-love in order to love another person. Okay? Because it can sometimes be easier to give love and to experience love through giving it away. Okay? And being in service to another, or experiencing what it feels like to give and receive. Now, I'm not talking about toxic relationships because that's a whole nother strategy and topic on its own. But self-love and relationships are so interwoven because relationships teach you so much about yourself. They teach you what your triggers are. They teach you where you lack boundaries, where you are inflexible, where you are resistant to growth, any traumatic memories or unhealed parts of you. And so they are incredible learning opportunities. Now, many of us, because of our societal view and the way that we've grown up and our culture, our religion, rom-coms and Hollywood movies, etc., we have been given this view of who we are, how life is supposed to be, and what that means for our lives, right? And so much of it is just untrue because we are not static beings. We're people who are in constant change, in constant flux. And so the important thing for us to learn is to be comfortable with uncertainty. Okay. Now, that is again another topic that we'll discuss at a later stage. What I want to really look at and what I really want to cover in this video is the 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 aspect of self and self-love. So and how to find that through a relationship with another. Now, if you think about it, let's think about somebody who is really stressed out or even in that toxic relationship and they are so busy just trying to get through the day, trying to feed the kids, uh, remember what they're doing at work, remember the deadlines they've got, remember to tax the car, put it through its MOT, get the house insurance, make sure the TV license is done. Like there's a million things that are going on in our lives at any one moment. Okay, it can be really difficult to remember all of the things that we need to do to give ourselves love. Okay. And and that can go for anybody. Now, if you're not ticking all those boxes, does that really mean to say that you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone? No. Because the most loving thing that you could probably do for yourself is to have companionship and support in times of need and in times of stress. Okay. When we look at the hierarchy of needs for stressful situations, support is the number one thing. Now, if you're walking around saying, okay, well, I can't love anybody else until I love myself, I don't know how I'm going to experience love because um, I can't I can't love myself. So how would I love anybody else? Like you are denying yourself the opportunity to grow, the opportunity for companionship, the opportunity for intimacy, to feel supported and to receive that love within yourself. Because it may be, let's say it's with your children or with your husband or a friendship or business partner, maybe that you start to look after yourself because you don't want to let them down. Now, is that a bad strategy? No, because ultimately you're still looking after yourself, whatever your motivation is, whatever your reason is. Now, if you are going to uh, become entangled or uh, attached in a negative way, then that's a different conversation. Okay, but in the heart of it, understanding and being supported will teach you how to care and love for yourself, find love within yourself and for yourself. Okay? To make you want to live longer, so you move more or eat better, or you relax more because stress can kill you, or give you a dread disease. Um, so, so it's really not true that you would have to spend the time getting to know yourself, spending the time loving yourself, working out all of those things before you can find someone else to love. Just it just doesn't make sense. Now, there's two things that I think that are really more important than self-love, and those are self-acceptance and self-compassion. Self-acceptance being you accept yourself as you are right now, all your flaws, all of your strengths, your weaknesses, the mistakes that you've made in the past, the successes that you've had in the past. You accept that they are what they are. Okay? And self-compassion being that you are kind and compassionate to yourself when you're going through a tough time or when you are feeling triggered, or even if you're sitting in your ego and you are doing things that are maybe a little bit out of character for you, but you were feeling so overwhelmed or hypervigilant that you went into this state, and just accepting and being compassionate, looking at yourself with compassion and saying, okay, well, what got me there in the first place? Why did I get into that state? Or what parts of me need to be healed that put me into that state? Okay. So it becomes more of a dance with yourself and an acceptance of yourself to get to this elusive self love. Okay. Um, Also, in a relationship, you are You are triggered in so many ways that you would never be in when you're on your own. And if you want to live in a safe, non-failing, um, a certain way and being in control, how will you ever grow? How will you ever experience all that life has to give? How will you feel the most fulfillment in all areas of your life, not just in that one part of your life? So, in my opinion, it's really important that you remain flexible, that you remain open, and you understand that there is no certainty in life. Everything is uncertain, but we give love in to the people that we trust will return it to us. And if they don't, it's finding the self acceptance that that didn't work out and choosing something better for ourselves. It doesn't mean that our life is over. It doesn't mean that we got it wrong and so we'll never get it right. It means that we found parts of ourselves that need to grow, that need to be healed. Okay? So it's just different viewpoints in order to come to a different perspective on what love really means, what self-love means, what it means to have self-compassion. So again, if you missed the start of this video, I said I have some free slots available for private consultations with you if you want to discuss this topic, if you want to go more in depth with it. It's a 45-minute session that's focused on you and what your pain is right now, where you are blocked within your self-love um, and or self-care or relationships or intimacy. Like what is that block for you? Or maybe you just want to debate with me. Cool. Very happy to have that debate. So get in touch with me. Let's have this chat. Let me help you explore more of what life has to offer and how you can take part in life and be the very, very best expression of yourself. So I do hope that you get in touch and I absolutely can't wait to have a chat with you. So if you find this helpful, please leave a comment and tell me what you found helpful or didn't find helpful. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.